Good morning. Good morning if you're there. Hi, how you doing? Or if it's the afternoon where you're at. Hello, my pals in Europe. How you doing? Or if it's evening, how's it going down under my Aussie friends? Oh, and Asia too. Can't forget you guys. How you doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in this floating relativity of time and space you might be occupying at the moment. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the channel. My name's Brian, as you can see right there, and we do poetry. Well, because partially I'm a poet, but poetry's cool. It doesn't matter who writes it, as long as it doesn't suck. And the bar for sucking is pretty. It's not very fixed around these parts. So yeah. So well, in poetry, why aren't you reading poems, Brian? We do it a little differently. We do it with a little twist. Good morning, Jennifer. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. What we do is we take it and we plug it into dreaded artificial intelligence. Yeah. A music generator. And it takes this and we let it do its thing, and we compare and contrast and stuff like that. Usually, but on a morning like this morning, I am wholly unprepared. So we take classic poems, we turn them into music tracks, we listen, and we have fun. If you think that's cool, which if you're watching right now or on the replay, then yeah, remember, everything we do here under fair use. And also like and subscribe. All right. Like I said, I don't have anything planned right now as far as playlists, so I'm going to go to this one folder that I call playlist and start playing. Let's start with oh, I like this one. Fairyland number 3, William Shakespeare.
Come unto these yellow sands and then take hands. Courtship when you have, and kiss the wild waves whiz.
Footed featly here and there, and sweet sprites the burthen bear. Hark, hark, bow wow, the watchdogs bark. Bow wow, hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer. Cry, cock-a-diddle-dow. These yellow sands and then take hands. Courts it when you have, and kissed the wild waves whist. Footed featly here and there, and sweet sprites the burthen bear. Hark, hark, bow wow, the watchdogs bark. Bow wow, hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer. Cry cock-a-diddle-dow. Bow wow, the watchdogs bark. Bow wow, hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting
and what's even more, I was able to turn off my air conditioner, and I don't have that humming in the background to really mess with it. It's wonderful when you get to air your house out for a little while. Well, let's continue, because I like Fairyland number 4 even better. Makes me want to play the drums. Of course, it doesn't take much to make me want to play the drums.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough. Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough. Under the blossom that hangs on the bough, merrily I'll. Under the blossom that hangs on the bough. Where the bee sucks, there suck I. In a cowslip's bell I lie. There I couch when owls do cry. On the bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
All right, I gotta go take care of a puppy, so I'm gonna play a 6-minute long song. You know it, you love it. I'll be right there, George. Yes, I've been sitting here fighting with him for the past 2 minutes. He's giving me those looks and me like, I gotta go. I'm like, just hold on till the song stops, and I can play a long one. All right, be back in a few minutes.
All thoughts, all passions, all delights, whatever stirs this mortal frame, all are but ministers of love and feed his sacred flame. Oft in my waking dreams do I live o'er again that happy hour, when midway on the mount I lay beside the ruined tower. The moonshine stealing o'er the scene had blended with the lights of eve, and she was there, my hope, my joy, my own dear Jane. Genevieve.
She leant against the armored rounded statue of the armed knight. She stood and listened to my lay amid the lingering light. Few sorrows hath she of her own, my hope, my joy, my Genevieve. She loves me best whene'er I sing the songs that make her grieve.
I played a soft and doleful air. I sang an old and moving story, an old rude song that suited well that ruin wild and hoary.
She listened with a flitting blush, with downcast eyes and modest grace, for well she knew I could not choose but gaze upon her face.
I told her of the knight that wore upon his shield a burning brand, and that for 10 long years he wooed the lady of the land.
I told her how he pined, and the deep, the low, the pleading tone
With which I sang another's love, interpreted my own.
She listened with a flitting blush, with downcast eyes and modest grace,
And she forgave me that I gazed too fondly on her face.
but when I told the cruel scorn that crazed that bold and lovely knight, and that he crossed the mountain woods, nor rested day nor night,
That sometimes from the savage din, and sometimes from the darksome shade, and sometimes starting up at once in green and sunny glade, there came and looked him in the face an angel beautiful and bright, and that he knew it was a fiend, this miserable night, and that unknowing what he did, he leaped amid a murderous band, saved from outrage worse than death the lady of the land. And how she wept and clasped his knees, and how she tended him in vain, and ever strove to expiate the scorn that grazed his brain, and that she nursed him in a cave, and how his madness went away when on the yellow forest leaves a dying man he lay. His dying words, but when I reached that tenderest strain of all the ditty, my faltering voice and pausing harp disturb her soul with pity. All impulses of soul and sense have thrilled my guileless Genevieve, the music and the doleful tale, the rich and balmy, and hopes and fears that kindle hope, an undistinguishable throng, in gentle wishes long subdued, subdued and cherished long. She wept with pity and delight, she blushed with love and virgin shame, and like the murmur of a dream, I heard her breathe my name. Her bosom heaved, she stepped aside, as conscious of my look she stepped. Then suddenly, with timorous eye, she fled to me and wept. She half enclosed me with her arms, she pressed me with a meek embrace, and bending back her head looked up and gazed upon my face. 'Twas partly love and partly fear, and partly 'twas a bashful art, that I might rather feel than and see the swelling of her heart. I calmed her fears and she was calm, and told her love with virgin pride. And so I won my Genevieve, my bright and beauteous bride.
My backwards internet. You know, whenever I listen to that one or read that poem, I always feel sorry for the knight. He gave his life. Well, he finally got what he wanted, or what he was searching for, but he didn't get time to enjoy it. See, it reminds me of something that I wrote a long, long time ago. Actually, it was like a three-parter about a knight. About a knight. I called it The Lonely Quest. And in it, he is searching. I took the first line from a Led Zeppelin song, and you know, I think it was Misty Mountain Hop or something like that. Yes, definitely time for coffee. And the whole point of the series was, you know, you got the first part was this knight was doing all this crazy crap to find this goal. This he was, you know, trying to basically get to a princess in the tower. And then at the end of it, he wakes up and he knows that he's got to keep on going. The middle part was just the journey, and at the end, he found her in the flesh and drops dead. I was like, I think that was one of my fears in my life, and that I'd finally find what I was looking for when I'm like 80 and die at 85, and not get the chance to enjoy it for a while. But oh well, might as well just enjoy it for today. But yeah, poor night. Definitely time for coffee. Zena Marlene? Yeah. If you know, you know. How is it going, Aphila? It sounds really weird in here without that damn air conditioner going. Or a fan. I'm just letting the natural air currents that flow through here do their job. How are you doing, my dear? And Kathy? I hope you enjoyed the show so far. Yes, it's basically a improvised. I didn't get home till after like 9:30 last night, and I was exhausted. It was a long day. But I did read. Actually, I read Pete's poem out of this and mine out of this. I sucked at it, but they clapped anyways. And also read a poem about the dogs. You know, about Phil. So. All right. Ooh, you're doing blood work today. I hate it when that happens. Most of these days they go, you know, you don't have to really, but I still do. You know I can get really hangry when it comes to that cursed word, donut. Yeah. What did you get today? Did you get your restraining order against that dude that creepy dude, that creepy Sciento? Poor guy. Oh, believing that it's okay to act like that. All right, let's go here. Oh, we'll play that later. Oh, I know what I want here. Come on, let's go do some strolling.
Only falling plum bloom stars the green apple boughs, and apple boughs is not as old toads back. Ooh, where there's small roses, there are roses sing. The building thrush watches old Job who stacks. Ooh, the bright peeled roses on the sunny fence. The pencil grunts to hear push the boat and scamper then. But her ring snout still keeps it to side. He lets her run, she snorts in bundling gallop for the cottage door. With hungry hubbub, begging crust and orts. Then like the whirlwind bumping round once more. Nuzzle in the dark, making the pullets run, and sulky as a child when her play's done. Plum bloom stars the green apple boughs, and apple boughs as gnarled as old toads back. Ooh. Where there's small roses, there a rose is seen. Ba-da-ba. The building thrush watches old Job who stacks. Ooh. The bright pill dozes on the sunny fence. The pencil grunts to hear him stumping by, and tries to push the boat and scamper thence. But her ring snout still keeps her to the stile. Then out he lets her run, away she snorts in bundling gallop for the cottage door. With hungry hubbub, begging crust and orts. Then like the whirlwind bumping round once more. Nuzzle in the dark, making the pullets run, and sulky as a child when her play's done.
Let's keep the funk going, if you don't mind.
We had what words we had. We wheeled and kneeled, we knelt and wept. We wrung the wet, the sweat. We racked our lips, we rang for words to ward off sleep, to warn ourselves to warn. The earth we mounted, wound our vows until it fit and fits the earth we mounted. Rouse and rock, we harp, we armed and tried to yarp and tried to fix. We facted, felt we fact and fan-fed, anthem, hammered, felt the words were stagnate, snapping half in heat. The wane, the melt, what words we'd hoarded, halved in holy porous. Meanwhile, tide still tide, and we still wash for sounds to mark and mar. Still wash for sounds to mark and mar. what words we had. Too well, what words we had. We kneeled and kneeled, we knelt and wept. We wrung the wet, the sweat. We racked our lips, we rang for words to ward off sleep, to warn ourselves, to warn. The earth we mounded, wound our vows until it fit. And fits the earth we mounded, roused and rocked. We harped beyond and tried to yarb and tried to fix a fix. We fected, felt, we factin', fan-fed anthems, hammered, felt. The words were stagnate, snapping half in heat. The wane, the melt, what words we'd hoarded, halved and wholly porous. Meanwhile, tide, still tide. And we still watch for sounds to mark and mark. Still watch for sounds to mark and mark.
Oh, let's keep the blues dirty, okay? A good kind of dirty. Epitaph for old Joe Blanket.
Stranger, behold it turn together. The souls of learning and the leather. Poor Joe is gone, but left his all. You'll find his relics in a star. His works were neat and often found, well stitched and with morocco bound. Tread lightly where the body's laid. He cannot mend the shoe he made. Yet is he happy in his hole, with verse immortal as his soul. But still to business he held fast and stuck to focus to the last. That who shall say so good a fellow was only leather and prunella. For character he did not lack it, and if he did, 'twas shame to black it.
You know, I like Byron's stuff. He was a jerk, but he was a talented one. Um, and I actually had to do some research, and I did the research to see if there was such a guy as Joseph Blanket. And as far as I can tell, there isn't. So, at least he was making fun of a fictional shoe guy, shoemaker and poet. It reminds me, there's this one professor I saw at UCA, Conrad Shoemaker. I like the guy, but yeah, he was also a jerk too. I don't know where that came from. All right, let's play another one. What shall we play? What shall we play? What shall we play? Here, poor Lancelot. The dude wasn't a jerk, but he was just way too good looking, and he destroyed a poor guy.
Shot from a bower eaves, he rode between the barley sheaves. The sun came dazzling through the leaves and flamed upon the brazen greaves of bold Sir Lancelot. A Red Cross Knight forever kneel to a lady in his shield that sparkled on the yellow field beside remote Shalott. The gemmy bridle glittered free like to some branch of stars we see hung in the golden galaxy. The bridal bells rang merrily as he rode down from Camelot. And from his blazoned baldric slung a mighty silver bugle hung. And as he rode, his armor rung beside remote Shalott. Sunlight glowed on burnished hooves. His warhorse strode from underneath. His helmet flowed, his coal-black curls as on he rode, as he rode down from Camelot. From the bank, from the river, he flashed into the crystal mirror. Tirra-lira, tirra-lira, sang Sir Lancelot. She left the loom, she made 3 paces through the room. She saw the water flower bloom, she saw the helmet and the plume. She looked down to Camelot, out flew the web and floated wide. The mirror cracked from side to side, the curse has come upon me, cried the Lady of Shalott.
Yeah, poor misunderstood Lancelot, poor guy. Yeah, I find the story behind the storyline of the Lady of Shalott, it's interesting. It's this woman, the Lady of Shalott, is stuck in this tower. She does not know why. Tennyson doesn't say why. She's just stuck in this tower, cursed. It's kind of like Plato's myth of the cave. She's cursed to see a reflection of the world, right? And her also a part of her curse is to weave in this tapestry, this unending tapestry, what she sees in the mirror, the scene that's reflected through the window. And then you got old Lancelot coming along, just doing his thing. And she goes, wow, and has to look. And, like Lot's wife. And then the mirror cracks, and she gets in a boat and floats down the river towards Camelot. And on this little plaque, she's able to inscribe her, I am the Lady of Shalott. And when he gets down to the people, no one knows who the fuck she is. Yeah, don't you just love it? The romantics were awesome. No one knew who she was. Who is this poor woman, and who is the Lady of Shalott? Let's play this one.
My mind is a big hunk of irrevocable nothing, which touch and taste and smell and hearing and sight keep heading and
believe me. Coffee is one of the most thrilling things I do all day. Cheers. I'll drink with you if no one else will. Yay. That's a sin against coffee. And Irish, I was wondering where you were. Here, let me get up here. Oh, now I get it. You have very exciting news. Yes, exciting news. Coffee is always exciting. I was wondering where you were, Irish. You weren't here teasing us with your gourmet lunches. Yes. Good evening. Good afternoon. Yeah, I love that one too. All right, what are we going to play? Oh, since Antics is here, let's play some surf because when Joe did her song about Antics, it kind of made me call doing surf style songs, giving them the Antics treatment, which is a good thing. Let's just find a couple of them here. Oh, this one.
If he could know my songs are all for him, at silver dawn or in the evening glow, would he not smile and think it but a whim? If he could know, or would his heart rejoice and overflow as happy brooks that break their icy rim when April's horns along the hillsides blow? I may not speak till Eros' torch is dim. The god is bitter and will have it so. And yet tonight our fate would seem less grim if he could know. Or would his heart rejoice and overflow as happy brooks that break their icy rim when April's horns along the hillsides blow? I may not speak till Eros' torch is dim. The god is bitter and will have it so. And yet tonight our fate would seem less grim if he could know.
Yeah, hugs are good. I don't get near enough of them. Oh, hey, Irish in caps locks and a bunch of pizzas is worth it, so no need to apologize. All right, let's keep it going. Yeah, I thought I was going to say something, but it escaped me, which is not that hard to believe.
of chills and fever. She died of fever and chills. The delight of her husband, her aunts, an infant of 3, and of medicals marveling sweetly on her ills. For either she burned and her confident eyes would blaze, and her fingers fly in a manner to puzzle their heads. What was she making? Why, nothing. She sat in a maze of old scraps of laces, snipped into curious shreds. Or this would pass and the light of her fire decline, till she lay discouraged and cold as a thin stalk, white and blown, and would not open her eyes to kisses to wine. The sixth of these states was her last. The cold settled down. Sweet ladies, long may ye bloom, and softly I hope ye may throw. But was she not lucky in flowers and lace and mourning? In love and great honor we bade God rest her soul. After 6 middle spaces of chill and 6 of burning.
All right, let's see here. As ever, wise, like her name, of course, it's always courteous to give a warning because I'm a hugger too. I figure if eventually I ever get to meet any section of the community or anybody from it, it's going to be hugs all around. So it kind of be like something to expect. Yes. Competitive huggers. They can make a sport out of anything. That would be a good sport to. But how would you judge a hug on competitive hugging? Someone would come up with some rules. Yes. Like I said, I don't get enough of them these days, which is sad because I'm a good hugger, I guess. All right, let's play one more. Let's play this one. Well, not one more, but one more in this vein. Jazz Fantastic. Keep your shoes tapping.
Drum on your drums, batter on your banjos. Sob on the long, cool, winding saxophone. Go to it, oh Jasmine.
Sling your knuckles on the bottoms of the happy. Tin pans, let your trombones ooze and go hush-a. Hush-a, hush with the slippery sandpaper.
like an autumn wind high in the lonesome treetops. Moan soft like you wanted somebody terrible. Cry like a racing car slipping away from a motorcycle cop. Bang, bang.
Jazzmen bang all together drums.
Traps, banjos, horns, tin cans make two people fight on the top of a stairway and scratch each other's eyes in a clinch, tumbling down the stairs. And the rough stuff now a Mississippi steamboat pushes up the night river with a hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Lanterns calling to the high soft stars. A red moon rides on the humps of the low river hills. Go to it, oh jazzman.
When I made this one, I think I'll have to go back. I think I added jazz, maybe surf into it, but that's just what it brought out. Is do you use Suno? I'll have to look it up and tell you. Yeah, all I did was what the title told me to do. Make it jazz. Oh, I love it when no clue how to post them. You go, okay, when you click on the little B, three dots at the end of the little row where your track is, and you go down to download, and then do you know how to download them? Okay. It's too early in the morning. I don't want to tell you. Yeah. And I lost my train of thought. So, Zoom early. Yeah. I guess a little more context would be cool. Let's play this one. Luther, the crocodile.
How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. Doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. Neatly spreads spreads his claws and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. The little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale. How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws.
Alrighty. Let's take it. Alright. Now, I can show you what I do. I can show you what I do on my laptop, because that's how I mess with this. So I got this thing here. Let me share screen here. And I'll show you how I upload stuff, and maybe this will help. Okay, so I go to my channel dashboard, right? All right, sharing the screen here. As you can see right here, look here, we're still at 6. So what I do here is I go to this little icon right here. It goes up here goes, and I'll either grab whatever, or you go select files and say if I wanted to upload that one, it's right there. I click on that, I go open, and it start uploading. Apparently, and that's what happened right now. Yes, cancel upload, because I upload and do this at the same time. Does that help any? So yeah, right there. Upload the video. You stick whatever's there. And, yeah. Yeah, it's right there. My weird, wonderful world. I hope that helped. Because I've never messed around with the upload functions on YouTube on my phone. So yeah. Yeah. Oh well. So and I don't have my phone on me right now. I left it in the car, so I couldn't. Yeah. I hope that helped. I tried to do that with those ones I uploaded to freaking TikTok, and still nothing. I'll have to go back to that. So here, yeah. Speaking of the TikTok that Joe made me do, it's all Joe's fault. Here, if y'all want to spread it around, I do have one video there. So yeah, go give that a look. I actually have the video I'm about to play. I think I'm going to play. How is it going, Big Chief? Thank you for joining us. This one is another one of those tongue-in-cheek ones. All right, where is it? We gotta find it. Not there, not there, not there. Here, I think it's in the playlist. Rogue Doll, Hot and Cold. This is the one that's actually on my TikTok.
Oh,
cried, indeed I'm not. I'm feeling devilishly hot. Said I, not being very old, by golly gosh, you must be cold. No, no, she cried, indeed I'm not. I'm feeling devilishly hot. Said I, not being very old, by golly gosh, you must be cold. No, no, she cried, indeed I'm not. I'm feeling devilishly hot.
I think that one's funny, and on more levels than one. But I'm a gentleman, and I will not pull that thread this morning. Instead, we're going to play this one. Yay! Here's for you, my Celts.
This plowman dead in battle slept out of doors many a frozen night, and merrily answered staid drinkers, good bedmen and all boors, at Mrs. Greenland's hawthorn bush. Said he, I slept, none knew which bush above the town, beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps. This plowman dead in battle slept out of doors many a frozen night, and merrily answered staid drinkers, good bedmen and all boors, at Mrs. Greenland's hawthorn bush. Said he, I slept, none knew which bush above the town, beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keeps. Above the town, beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, more sound in France that to his secret keep. I slept, none knew which bush above the town, beyond the drover, 100 spot the down, in Wiltshire, and where now at last he sleeps, most that to his secret keeps.
Alright, there's too much stuff going on. I think I might need to go get my computer serviced. Okay. My question is, are you working on YouTube or on Suno? That's my question. But let us know how that goes, and if really, Bella, let us know how it goes, and if we can. Yes, definitely keep our fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Well, let's change it up a little bit here because I think I understood what Sophia was saying there. I'm sorry, I should have thought better. Thank you for. Is it here? No, it's not there. Wrong one. Here we go.
As a twig trembles which a bird lights on to sing, then leaves unbent, so is my memory thrilled and stirred. I only know she came and went, as clasped some lake by gusts unriven, the blue dome's measureless content. So my soul held that moment's heaven. I only know she came and went. As at one bound our swift spring heats, the orchard's full of bloom and scent. So clothe her May, my wintry sleeps. I only know she came and went. Stood and met my gaze through the low doorway of my tent. The tent is struck, the vision stays. I only know she came and went. As at one bound our swift spring heaps, the orchard's full of bloom and scent. So clothe her May, my wintry sleeps. I only know she came and went. Oh, when the room grows slowly dim, life's last oil is nearly spent. One gush of light these eyes will brim, only to think she came and went. Oh, when the room grows slowly dim and life's last oil's nearly spent, one gush of light these eyes will brim, only to think she came and went. Only to think she came and went. As at one bound our swift spring heaps, the orchard's full of bloom and scent. So clothe her May, my wintry sleeps. I only know she came and went. Only to think she came and went.
All right. Let me do that right quick. Let me bring up my Suno and I'll show you what it does. When I'm not going to download anything because that will take up bandwidth. All right. Okay. Here's something I was working on. All right. So I'll click on that there. And I go here. And I go down here to the download section. And it brings up right there. You can see it. MP3 wave or video. When you click on video, it'll generate. This is how it does it on my PC. It'll generate the video and automatically download it to whatever download folder you have designated in your settings. So wherever your computer downloads stuff. So I don't know. I have no idea, my dear. I wish if I could see it, maybe I'd be able to be more of a help. And you know me, I don't like it when I can't be of help. One of my many flaws, I'm too helpful. Oh, wait. No computer. Okay, well then I'm definitely of no help because I don't mess with it on my phone. Well then you've got a lesson if you do get a computer on how to do it from your PC. And good morning, Amy. How are you doing? Okay. Like I said, I don't mess with the mobile app. And the only time I've ever messed with Suno on it was my previous phone. I did it through Google Chrome. So, but yeah, if I could actually see what you're doing, I could probably be of more assistance. But you know, we got to be in the same location to do that. And maybe eventually, one of these years, we'll get to give each other a hug. You never know. I've been meaning to go see my buddy Zabo for 20 years. All right, let's play some Gene Tumor, Beehive. So, yeah.
Within this black hive tonight, there swarm a million bees. Bees passing in and out the moon. Bees escaping out the moon. Bees returning through the moon. Silver bees intently buzzing. Silver honey dripping from the swarm of bees. Earth is a waxen cell of the world comb, and I a drone, lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far off of the world comb, and I, a drone, lying on my back, lipping honey, getting drunk with that silver honey. Wish that I might fly out past the moon and curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower. When curl forever in some far-off farmyard flower.
So is Medusa being cantankerous? And many other lame jokes I could put in. No. Oh yeah, I know, but I forgot to say hi to Netmaster. If you're still here, this next one's for you. And y'all, let's see here. So yeah, sometimes we get distracted by, well, I don't want to blame antics.
Bake the day she suddenly dropped dead. We chew it slowly, that last apple pie. Shocked into sleeplessness, you're scared of bed. We never could talk much, and now don't try. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular each, but each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks. For all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but books, books, books. You're like bookends, the pair of you, she'd say. Hog that great, say nothing, sit, sleep, stare. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. The scholar me, you worn out on poor pay. Only our silence made us seem a pair. Not as good for staring in blue gas. Too regular each, but each yellow spike. At night you need my company to pass, and she not here to tell us we're alike. Your life's all shattered into smithereens. Back in our silences and sullen looks. For all the scotch we drink, what's still betweens? Not the 30 or so years, but
Yeah, I kind of need to get my male pattern baldness in some sort of sense of order. So I'm going to play two more. I'm going to play two more, and then I'm going to go get my hair cut. And then there is a town hall at the Veterans and Military Resource Center, which is the place I hang out sometimes at UCA for us veterans. Uh, yeah, might get nasty. I don't know. I'll probably be nice and just, hey, Net Mister. Yeah, no. So that's going to happen, and then other stuff. So yeah, thank you very much though for joining me today. Let's play. Let's play this one. One of my favorites. I hope it's one of your favorites too. It's here. It's there. It's everywhere. Part 2, Part 1, Number 2 from Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner.
The sun came up upon the left, out of the sea came he. And he shone bright, and on the right went down into the sea. Higher and higher every day, till over the mast at noon. The wedding guest here beat his breast, for he heard the loud bassoon. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her gold, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest, he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. And now the storm blast came, and he was tyrannous and strong. He struck with his oar, taking wings, and chased us south along. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, nodding their heads before her goat, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest, he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. And now the storm blast came, and he was tyrannous and strong. He struck with his oar, taking wings, and chased us south along. The bride hath paced into the hall, red as a rose is she, no new, nodding their heads before her goat, the merry minstrelsy, the merry minstrelsy. The wedding guest, he beats his breast, yet he cannot choose but hear. And thus spake on that ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner. The bright-eyed mariner.
Well, eventually we'll get it all figured out. The only other thing I can think of right now is to like uninstall the app and re-download it. It might need some updates, and then Yes, I love that one too. But you'll figure it out, Mama Squirrel. And you want to go live? Okay, cool. Um, that's that's one of the things I love about doing this is those little things we get to know about each other. You know that a lot about me, but like that Sophia calls her hair Medusa. Or our Netmaster here had a run-in with a barber. Oh, we can laugh about it now, but that's what we're here for. We're here to help each other through this madness. So, yeah. So this is the above. Everything we do here on this program is under fair use in the public domain, and you know, pretty much, I think it's cool for the most part. At least it doesn't suck. And you know what I say about that? It's all relative here, but the more important thing, this is the important thing. Go out there and have your good day, or if you've had a good day, have a good evening or afternoon. And I really hope you're having a good morning, because one more and I'm off to go brave those metaphorical trenches. Yeah, I get Sammy Hagar here if I let it grow too long. It takes forever to grow. All right, so let's go out on a. All right, I want to. So let's see here. Do this Lewis Carroll column, but kind of uplifting. Lewis Carroll, Dreamland.
When midnight mists are creeping and all the land is sleeping, around me tread the mighty dead and slowly pass away. The warriors, saints, and sages from out the vanished ages, with solemn pace and reverent face, appear and pass away. The blaze of noonday splendor, the twilight's soft and tender, may charm the eye, yet they shall die and pass away. But here in Dreamland Center, no spoiler's hand may enter. These visions fair, this radiance rare, shall never pass away. I see the shadows falling, the forms of recalling, around me tread the dead and slowly pass away.
I find that one stirring to the soul, uplifting, especially that duo guitar. I mean, that duo violin solo that Suno put in there. Absolutely. All right, my friends. I'll see y'all out in the chats later today, this weekend. Stuff might be starting to ramp up for me soon, so I'm enjoying some of the downtime. I've got stuff I got to do. I got to finish a PowerPoint later. Got to get at least 4 more slides done, and it's been like over almost a decade since I've helped my ex with her PowerPoints when she was getting her master's. So yeah, this is a relearning experience, and then I have other stuff to do, but modules for online classes and this, that, and the other. So I'll see you all out and about. Another show tomorrow. Probably going to do it, and I'm really glad you showed up today too, and you, and of course Sophia and Amy here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's not working, and yeah. Oh boy. Yeah. Bye. There we go. Oh, the things we do on video. Yes, busy Brian. Yeah, I got like a 12 to 15 page paper I'm going to write over the next 4 weeks. So, yeah, you'll be hearing all about that because the guy I'm writing it on there's a Joseph Warren. We'll talk later. See y'all later. Bye.